Is Raftel the ancient kingdom? Yes, it is, and no, it is not. Here's how this question has two answers. Professor Clover said that by reading the poneglyphs, they uncovered the true history and they did learn about the existence of this enormous kingdom that nothing remains of it today, except for the poneglyphs. The poneglyphs tell us three things: the true history, the whereabouts of the ancient weapons, and the location of Raftel. And now the question is, why would the people of the ancient kingdom leave instructions on how to find Raftel instead of their own country? I think there are two reasons. The first one is because their country was destroyed, as Professor Clover said that nothing remains of it. The world government did destroy O'Hara just because they were studying the poneglyphs that are made by the ancient kingdom. And by this we can understand that what they did to the ancient kingdom was a lot worse. And the second one is because Raftel is their new country. Professor Clover said that the people of the ancient kingdom did realize beforehand that they are about to be defeated. This means that they had time to prepare, and they did a couple of things. Number one, they wanted the world to know the truth, so they did create the poneglyphs, because history is written by the victors. And since they knew they are going to lose, they did expect that their enemy would fabricate the history in any way that would benefit them. Number two, they did hide the ancient weapons and their whereabouts were written on the poneglyphs. Number three, they did evacuate the people of the ancient kingdom to their new country called Raftel, and they made sure that their enemy would not be able to find their new country. About this, I did talk about in more details in the first part of this theory. But not everything went as planned, at least not for the fishmen, and that's why I think Joe Boy sent them that poneglyph, which on it is written an apology for not being able to fulfill their promise, because the fishmen were left at the mercy of their enemy. I think the founders of the ancient kingdom were the clan of D, but I don't think they were the only ones living there. Other people from all over the world did live there too. And one of the reasons why I think this is Professor Clover's description of the ancient kingdom. He said that it was enormous and very prosperous. They had advanced technology. And he also said that the world government feared their ideas. So one of the reasons why the world government does not want the world to learn about the ancient kingdom is because that would be like giving the blueprints to countries all over the world on how to become powerful. Perhaps powerful enough to challenge the world government. But the biggest fear of the world government is still the clan of D. They did survive all these centuries. Don Flamingo did confirm this. In that great speech that he gave about who are the players that will be part of the Throne Wars. By the way, this speech is one of the best build-ups that I have ever seen in a story. If the marketing department would be smart, then they should do everything they can to make sure that everyone reads or hears this epic speech. Even if someone that doesn't read or watch One Piece would be hyped for the Throne Wars because of this speech. Anyway, Don Flamingo is not just saying that the clan of D is still around, but he is also saying that they will be part of the Throne Wars. He is saying that this is just a matter of time when they will appear. And the other important thing that he says is where. So he doesn't know where they are. So this means that the world government and the Tenryubitos, they don't know where the clan of D is. Their location is unknown. But what else is unknown in One Piece? The location of Raftel. This is one of the reasons why I think that the clan of D is in Raftel. The information that Don Flamingo gave us is very important and accurate. He knows what he is talking about. Because he's a former Tenryubito, his ancestors were the one who did defeat the ancient kingdom and created the world government. And as a Shichibukai and the king of the country that is part of the world government, he had access to a lot of things. To answer Don Flamingo's question about where the clan of D will appear, I think they will appear at the end of the Grand Line because that's where Raftel is located. But about the other part of the question, when they will appear, well, as soon as a certain someone with a straw hat will arrive in Raftel. The reason why Goldie Roger was not able to do anything even though he found and did enter in Raftel and he did learn everything about the true history of this world is because he was sick and he did not have much time to live. but even so, he did manage to achieve something great for this cause by starting the Great Pirate Age. And the pirates have become so strong that even the world government recognizes their power. The Yonkos are one of the major players in the world. They are the reason why the world government did create the Shichibukai system in order to counter their power. The world government has no problems joining hands with pirates as long as that means that they can stay in power. They also have no problems with what they did in Ohara. If by killing and destroying would help them even one bit, they will take it. They will do everything they can in order to be more powerful, because they are afraid of the clan of D. Just look what only a couple of Ds as individuals did manage to do in the world. Goldie Roger did manage to conquer the Grand Line and become king of the pirates. Monkey D. Dragon is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. This guy is trying to finish the Throne Wars only by himself before even started. Marshal did teach now is a Yonko, and is the only one who did obtain the power of 2 devil fruits. Monkey D. Luffy, the future pirate king, Luffy is the only one who did get in and out of these 3 places, and his lobby, Impel Down and Marineford. Can you imagine what would happen if only these 4 would join forces? No wonder that the Tenryubitos, when they want to scare their children, they say to them, bad kids will get eaten by the D. The Tenryubitos also say that the D will bring a storm. If only one D can bring a storm, can you imagine what the whole clan of D can bring? The apocalypse. And now the question is, why there are Ds living around the world, like the Monkey family or the Gold family? Well, the ancient kingdom was not an isolated kingdom, so people were free to move out if they did want for whatever reason. And I think the time when these families did move out was before or during the Void Century, and that's why the Ds today they don't know anything about what the D means or about the ancient kingdom. The only one who knew something was Law, and that was that he has to keep his full name a secret. They probably did hide their full name because they were afraid of becoming a target for the world government. Bounties are released by the world government on anyone who breaks one of their laws. But I don't think that it's a coincidence that all the Ds that we know so far in the story have bounties on their head, and the only Ds who don't are the ones who work for the world government. To go back again to what Don Flamingo said about the clan of D participating in the Throne Wars, this is not just only his prediction, the world government does think the same. If the clan of D, their old enemy, would not still be around, then why they were so afraid of what people of Ohara could learn? Why fear an enemy that does not exist? Just the mentioning of One Piece or Ancient Kingdom or Raftel always freaks them out. Whitebeard said the same thing to Sengoku in Marineford, that your world government is afraid of the coming war that will engulf the world. Whitebeard knew this because Roger told him about Raftel and the Ds and the true history. I think the place where the Ancient Kingdom used to be is the same place where Mary Joyce is now. And that's why there is no trace of the Ancient Kingdom in the world. After the 20 families did defeat the Ancient Kingdom, they did leave their countries and move together to the place they did conquer, with the exception of the royal family of Alabasta. I don't think that it's a coincidence that Raftel is located on the other side of the planet. This was done on purpose for safety reasons. The farther they are from their enemy, the better. But I don't think that the Ancient Kingdom was on top of the Red Line, because I think that the Red Line was artificially created during the Void Century. I have a theory where I talked about how the Red Line was created. I will put the link to this theory in the description if you want to watch it later. And this is one of the reasons why the world government wants to keep the true history hidden from the world, fearing that people around the world might turn against them all at once if they did learn what they did to be powerful as they are now and ruling almost the whole planet. Raftel for the Straw Hats is the final island, but not the final destination. When they will find and enter in Raftel and learn the true history, they will join forces with the clan of D. And their next destination will be Mary Joyce. Since Raftel is the last island in the Grand Line, in order for them to go to Mary Joyce, they will have to pass all those islands that they did visit. And this is the epic part, because when they will depart from Raftel, it will be only the Straw Hats and the clan of D. but along the way, one by one, the 7 captains of Luffy's Grand Fleet will join them. But also I think people from all those countries that the Straw Hats did save them, they will join them as well. And by the time they arrived at Maryjoyce, they will be a huge army. And also the people that the Straw Hats did save them in the first part of the Grand Line, they will also come to Maryjoyce from the other side. And this way, Maryjoyce, the supposedly land of the gods, will be surrounded in all directions. And this is when the final arc will begin. And that's why Oda said that the Marineford arc will look like nothing compared to the final arc. Thanks for watching, like and share if you like this video, and subscribe for more One Piece videos.